What's up, guys? In this full video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to set up your very own 24/7 live music stream on YouTube absolutely free using open source software. Whether you want to share your favorite tunes or create a relaxing lofi radio, this method lets you broadcast non-stop music to YouTube and other platforms without spending a dime. Let's get started. Step 1. Set up live streaming server. First, we need to install the Restreamer live streaming server on a Linux server or VPS. Follow these steps correctly. Step 1. Setting up the Linux server. First, you need a Linux VPS to host the Restreamer server. You can choose any server provider you like or check our blog to find a cheap VPS provider. Choose a Linux distribution that supports Docker, but I recommend Ubuntu. After that, connect your cloud server via an SSH client. Okay, let's download and install the latest stable build of Datarii Restreamer. Get root access using this command. Update the installed applications before the process. Next, you have to install Docker. Use this automation command. Give administrators access to the Docker after installation. Now that we are ready to install Restreamer, use this command to install it. Okay, we finished the server-side installation process. Step 2. Configuring the Restreamer GUI. Next, we can launch the Restreamer GUI using this URL. Check the blog post and remember to replace the IP address with your server IP address. When you go to the Restreamer for the first time, you have to create an admin account. It provides a default username and password. You can use them or change them into your credentials. Step 2. Create seamless video loop. To make your stream look more engaging, you can loop a short animation video in the background while the music plays. I'll quickly demo how to generate a seamless looping video clip using the AI video creator Genmo.
Step 1. Generate a video prompt. First, for those who haven't heard of it, Genmo is an AI platform that can generate custom video clips for you in seconds based on text prompts you provide. The best thing is that you can use this for free, but the output comes with a watermark. At the end of the video, I will show you how to remove that watermark. To make our looping video, we first need to describe exactly what we want Genmo to generate through text. You can use ChatGPT to generate a prompt for this AI video generator. Check the video description for website links and a full guide. Step 2. Generate and download the loop video. Once you go to the Genmo platform, you will see this interface. Enter your prompt here, and we have to set some parameters to make a loop video clip. Click the settings icon next to the prompt bar. Here you can change the aspect ratio and duration up to 12 seconds. Range of motion you want and how many videos you need to generate in one go. The most important thing is to toggle over the loop parameter. In the camera motion tab, you can select the type of camera motion you need. For loop videos, it is better not to add any type of camera motion. Once all is set, simply hit submit and within seconds Genmo creates a seamless 12-second looping video. After that, download it to your computer. Just like that, now you have a perfect looping background clip. This video output has a watermark. Don't worry, you can easily remove it with a free online watermark remover like Bcut. Upload your video, place the selection box over the mark to erase it. Now your video is ready to use as you'd like. With AI, the looping video possibilities are endless.
Step 3. Set up music radio source. For our actual music source, we'll use the free radio automation software AzureCast running on another server or VPS. Follow these process step by step. Step 1. Prerequisites. Before we get started, there are a few prerequisites you'll need. 1. A server running a Linux distribution like Ubuntu to install AzureCast on. For this demo, I'm using an Ubuntu 20.04 server, but you can get the cheap VPS providers from our site. Check the video description. 2. A domain name that will point to your server's IP address. This isn't strictly required, but it makes your radio station easier to access. 3. audio files in the format of MP3 that you want to broadcast. Make sure you have the proper licenses or rights to stream this content. Once you have those ready, let's move on to actually setting up AzureCast radio station. Step 2. Installing AzureCast. We'll start by connecting to our Ubuntu server via an SSH client. First, open a terminal and run this command to get root access. Next, we need to add swap memory to the server to ensure the smooth running of AzureCast. Enter this command for that. This will add 4 GB of swap memory. You can customize this by changing the number of MB. After that, enter this command to change the IP table settings. This may not be needed for most of the VPS, so you can skip this command when you use the recommended VPS on our site. Next, we'll install AzureCast itself along with Nginx as the web server and other dependencies. We should create a new directory for the installation. Go to the newly created directory using this command. Okay, now enter this auto-installation script. AzureCast runs as a Docker container, so you need to install Docker. This script will ask you to install it. Type Y to proceed. The installation script will prompt you to choose stable release or rolling release. It is better to go with the stable release. So I enter Y here. Okay, it will ask again, do you want to go rolling release? Here, type N and proceed with the installation. Takes a few minutes to complete the installation, so wait for it. After that's done, AzureCast will be installed at the /var/AzureCast directory. Let's test if it's running by visiting the server's IP address in a web browser. This will prompt at the end of the installation as well. You can see that AzureCast has been installed successfully on the server. We appreciate you all watching these free tutorials. Please like, subscribe, and share to support the channel so we can keep making more free tutorials for you. Now, back to the tutorial. Step 3. Configuring AzureCast GUI. When you go to the AzureCast landing page for the first time, you will be prompted to create a super administrator account. Enter an email and the password. Let's start setting up our first station. Here you can configure all the details like station name, description, time zones, etc. Next, you have to configure AzureCast settings. If you have a domain and it is pointed to the server IP address, you can enter it here. If not, just enter your public IP address as the site-based URL. This is the main interface dashboard where you can manage everything related to your radio station. You can further customize the station's appearance, automated media settings, support details, and more from the side menu options. Step 4. Uploading music. With our station configured, it's time to upload some music. Go to the Media, then Media Files section. Here you can drag and drop folders of audio files or manually upload them one by one. As I mentioned earlier, AzureCast supports common formats like MP3, AAC. For this example, I've got a few MP3 files and I already uploaded them. You can edit metadata like album art, titles, genres after uploading as well. Once your files have uploaded, we'll create a playlist to broadcast them. Here, you can add media by selecting from the uploaded files. You can create a new playlist and add them. I use the default playlist as an example. There are tons of settings you can configure like playback order, whether to shuffle tracks, set intro and outro tracks, create a source playlist, and more. To keep this video simple, I am not going to explain them one by one. Step 5. Starting broadcast. To begin broadcasting, simply click the Start Station button at the left side top. Then click on the Reload Configuration button. This will start broadcasting on your radio station. You can click the preview stream link to give your station a quick listen. You'll be able to tune in using the streaming URLs or the web player. And that's it. Your free internet radio station is now live and ready for the world to enjoy. In our next video, I will show you how to create a 24/7 live streaming radio station on YouTube with AzureCast. I hope you found this tutorial helpful for learning how to start an online radio station at home using AzureCast. While we just scratched the surface, AzureCast has tons of advanced capabilities. Be sure to check out the official AzureCast documentation for guides on unlocking the full potential of your self-hosted radio platform. Once your AzureCast radio station is configured with your music library and playlists, you'll want to get the Public HLS Stream URL to use as the audio input for Restreamer. You can enable the HLS streaming protocol in the station settings section of your AzureCast platform. Step 4. Configure Restreamer and go live. Once you configured all these settings, you can start live streaming. Follow these steps. Step 1. Pre-requirements. For this tutorial, we'll be using an open-source live streaming server called Restreamer. We already set up that server in our previous video. In this example video, we are going to set up a 24/7 lo-fi music radio on YouTube and also other platforms like Twitch and Rumble. To host your music files, you need another server that broadcasts music. So we are using AzureCast. Both Restreamer and AzureCast were hosted in our previous video, so you need to watch those videos before proceeding. Step 2. Start live streaming. After you host both servers, go to the Restreamer platform. Here, you can set up the first live stream. Click the Video Setup button and go to Advanced Setup. In this window, you have many options to choose from. For this lo-fi music radio, you need to select the loop option. When you select it, you will be asked to upload an image or a loop video clip. If you don't know how to create a lo-fi type animation loop video, check out this video tutorial. Okay, when you create your animation loop clip, upload it here. Click the probe button after that. Next, you have to select an audio source. We are going to add the output of the AzureCast radio station we already created. Select the network source option and go to the AzureCast dashboard. Here, you have to get the HLS output from AzureCast and paste it on Restreamer as the audio output. Once all the settings are finished, click the Save button. Now, live streaming is starting at the Restreamer site. Now you have to add social media platforms like YouTube, Rumble, and Twitch. To add the social media platform, click the plus icon in the right upper corner. Select the platform on which you want live streaming, or you can add a manual RTMP endpoint. Copy the RTMP credentials from your platform and paste them on Restreamer. I am adding Rumble, YouTube, and Twitch. You can see the live streaming start on all the platforms. That's it. You now have a 24/7 YouTube channel running on an open-source live streaming server. Remember to keep your content fresh and engaging to attract more viewers and maximize your potential earnings. You can run this totally free 24/7 music streaming setup indefinitely to share your tunes or create a chill lofi study music live stream for YouTube. It's a great way to build an audience and potentially even earn ad revenue passively. Let me know if you run into any issues by posting in the MineX forums. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and subscribe for more tech tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.